Alright, all you moviegoers out there, welcome back to the special Monday night edition of the Indy Radio Arcade. Now, originally on all our social media sites, we told you fans at home that we were going to start off this week with Under the Radar, but due to some last minute changes, and not only that, but a couple of bumps in the road and traffic to get back from where we were, which was Atlantic City, folks, we decided to start off your week with the Indy Radio Arcade. And not to mention, after having a whole bunch of fun and laughs with my sister, which we haven't seen in well over 3 years, we decided to start off this week with the show that we originally was gonna start off on Saturday, but yeah, that came from out of left field, so we decided to swing back with this show as soon as possible. And with that explanation out of the way, which we'll explain further on throughout the week, folks, the movie we have up on the plate was a movie picked personally from my sister herself, none other than the Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. Basically the first movie of the Pirate of the Caribbean series, and the meat and potatoes of this said film is that after Captain Jack Sparrow would get captured in Port Royal, none other than Elizabeth would end up getting captured after they saw the fact that she had a piece of the gold from the cursed pirate chest that caused all the pirates to turn into skeletons, which would eventually lead into William teaming up with Jack Sparrow to try to save Elizabeth from these undead pirates that are most likely gonna kill her after they get what they want. And with that said, folks, with that giant meat and potatoes we put down, what did we like about this film? Right off the bat, with the fact that it not only had Orlando Bloom, Keira Knightley, Johnny Depp, and even none other than Jeffrey Rush, who was involved in the said film. Definitely a star-studded cast for this elite film that they did, and not to mention the comedy that was spread amongst them, with Johnny Depp being as silly as he possibly could as Captain Jack Sparrow. Yeah, definitely the funniest thing you'll see on film for a Disney film. And another thing we loved about this film had to have been the musical scores that really did make you feel that you were in the 1800s or the 1600s where these pirates took place. And yes, Maestro, we do not know what year pirates existed, but either way, still a pretty cool musical score they decided to include for the said film. And another thing that we liked about this film, back to the comedy bit, and one thing we will spoil about this movie, is the one part where Jack Sparrow got called out by one of the Englishmen or the Britishmen who were there, and they would say, "Oh, we heard of you. You're Captain Jack Sparrow. You're the worst pirate we ever heard of." And then Jack Sparrow would rebuttal by saying, "Well, you have heard of me." And he's got a point. As funny as it is, they at least heard of the legend of Jack Sparrow. And the most incredible thing about this film, folks, and something my sister told me about, and not to mention something I learned from a video game I played years ago called the Disney Magical World Tour, I think it was. I could be wrong with that title, but the fact that this movie was based off a ride in Disneyland. I didn't know that. That's incredible that they were able to make this cinema masterpiece out of a ride that was in Disneyland. That's insane. And seeing the fact, folks, that we don't know how to review movies along the lines of Siskel and Ebert or any of those other famous reviewers that you know of at home, we say this. If you want to go ahead and watch a movie filled with action, comedy, Orlando Bloom, and Johnny Depp being a pirate for the first time in his career, and definitely making an impact that would last for years on end, then I recommend you go out there and watch that flick. And beware of the pirate's treasure. Yeah, I think the best advice we can give for that one. And with that said, folks, I think it's time for us to head back into this music, and when we return, we'll be back with more of the Indie Radio Arcade right after a word from our sponsors. So don't run out of quarters just yet, folks, and stay tuned.